Hi, my name is Cameron Easton. Welcome to my evaluation about my documentary. So I did a documentary about the Canon 750D. The title of the documentary was Canon 750D, a popular choice for creators. Now, I wanted to see with this in the documentary, I wanted to basically find out why it was a popular choice for creators and for anyone who used it. The documentary started off with me basically explaining about the Canon 750D and explaining the specifications and its features, and then I wanted to go into in the interviews, basically asking people why they might have used it in previous projects, why they think other people might go for that camera despite it not being the newest camera and despite it not being the cheapest Canon have to offer as well. And then in the end I basically would sum up how I feel about the camera, and I basically just can't speak. I basically at the end of the documentary just basically summed up the interviews briefly, and I basically explained why I like the camera as well, and that was pretty much the basis of the documentary. It showcases the 750D, and then it gets basically experienced users' opinions, those people being friends and colleagues in college who have used the Canon 750D along with other Canon cameras and other brand cameras as well, so they could basically give their own opinions. And okay, the light doesn't want to come on, but actually that looks, oh come on, that actually looks alright as well. But yeah, I think all in all the documentary turned out to be good. It certainly wasn't the best that I could have made it, and it certainly wasn't the worst. But in the beginning of the unit I had a lot of issues with actually thinking about how the documentary would. It was the pre-production stuff which was the hard part, because my original ideas for the documentaries flopped, and that took it wasted a lot of time that I could have put into making this documentary, which really sucked. But so basically I first of all had this idea to do my documentary about the alien conspiracy theories on top of the Great Orme in Llandudno, and basically it would involve me going up there, getting obviously a lot of shots, and I was thinking, well, the documentary would obviously, in the documentary I'd be interviewing people who maybe own the place up there, and they could give their own stories, because there's actually a specific room in that building where it's all about the alien conspiracy theories of the Great Orme, and obviously I could get a lot of shots there, and I could obviously do a lot of research whilst being there. And I also thought as a cool segment of the documentary I'd stay there overnight to see if I could see anything. Chances of obviously seeing anything are slim, but it just obviously makes the documentary a little bit more exciting. I planned it all out, and I was really gutted because in the end I couldn't. There was no way I could get there. There was no way, and there was no way I could stay there either. And it was really annoying. It was, and it took a lot of time. And then obviously I was starting to think, oh no, what do I do now? You know, and because at the end of the day I wanted to try and find a topic I could talk about, and I was also passionate about as well. I then came up with the idea to maybe talk about Halo Machinima. Machinima is an art style of film which is something I love a lot, and it's something I used to do quite a bit a few years ago. Maybe not a few years ago, but you know, some time ago. And it's something that I could give a lot of information on. But that idea didn't end up working due to equipment stuff, and interviewing people for that topic would be a lot harder, because there's no one in this college, there's no one I really know in real life, at least not anymore, that really knows much about Halo Machinima or has that same passion, or I can interview and get good answers about, you know. So the people I was thinking I'd interview are like the creators on YouTube such as Simply Splendid or Nightmare Films, two people, one of them I've worked with before. He's done some voice acting work for me. He's also asked me to edit his work before, but I said no because I had school stuff at the time to do. But he's now doing university down south in England, and he's doing like master's degrees and everything. So obviously he's not always free nowadays. Nightmare Films, Josh his name is, he lives in America doing similar things like film school and stuff. So he's obviously, although he's also in a different time zone, and he's obviously a very busy person, as am I as well. So like the interviews wouldn't work out. So that was one reason why the Halo Machinima idea ended up going in the bin, which was really annoying. And then I was thinking, all right, okay, what's next? I looked around my room. I was thinking, oh, what about records? I could do that. That really, I kind of put that idea to bed very early on, because not long after, I was then thinking, well, at the end of the day, I need to find something I can interview people. I can interview a fair few people about, you know. And then that's when I was thinking, hold on a minute, I like cameras. So I was thinking the Canon 750D. It's one that a lot of students in college have used, which means there's a lot of people I could interview, some of which even own a Canon 750D. It's something that I know quite a bit about when it comes, because I've researched a few Canon cameras for my own, because I've been looking for one. And obviously I could film a Canon 750D and stuff, and film with a Canon 750D. Basically, I'd be filming a Canon 750D with a 750D. Obviously, because I wanted the documentary to be recorded all on the 750D, so it was basically showing basically its capabilities. But the basis of the Canon the basis of the documentary is basically explaining what the Canon could do, and then what people's opinions were on it, and that would obviously leave the viewer then with a good sense of whether it was a good option for them. All in all, I think the documentary itself turned out well, especially with the tight timing I had to get it done. I believe obviously if I had more time in and you know, if I had this idea in the very beginning, I could make it a lot better, you know, but well, maybe not a lot, but yeah, better. But yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out, you know, I am. I got some really good interviews in there. The people who I interviewed gave really good, clear answers. I think when it comes to talking about what would I do next time, what would I not do next time, well, next time I would think carefully about what I want to do. I won't just think, oh, that sounds cool, let's do that. I'd make a list of things that sound good, and then I'd be like, okay, what's realistic? What can I get done within this certain time frame? What's realistic budget-wise? And obviously like access-wise, you know, like getting there and stuff. I'd make it a list that was very clear, and then out of the ones that remained, I'd then choose obviously the one that sticks out the most to be more efficient, and obviously one that'd be good to make as well. The editing process of the documentary went smoothly, to be fair. After I did the final edit, I did upload it, and then I removed it more or less a few minutes later, because I just realised there was something I had to just edit out, something that I said where instead of saying videographers and photographers, I accidentally said filmmakers and videographers, which was more or less the same thing. So I was like, ugh. So I removed that, and I also changed the audio, the decibels of the interviews. I wanted the music to be a little bit quieter, because I found when I wasn't listening to the documentary on headphones, the music seemed to drown out the people I was interviewing a bit. So I just decreased that audio, and I re-exported it. Everything came out nice and fine. I'm happy with how it turned out. I got some good shots of the 750D in there as well. And I think all in all, for what the documentary was for, like to obviously benefit the viewer to see whether they basically, after watching the documentary, they consider whether the Canon 750D was possibly an option for them. You know, it would give them a bit more of a grasp on whether it would be, and if that's the right word. And I think it did its job well. I think it will do its job well. Obviously, if anyone was to watch it, for that reason, other than the people who are going to mark it. But I'm happy with how it turned out. The editing process went fine, it was smooth. During the actual filming of the documentary though, however, I had a few issues. And when it was really annoying as well, because I recorded a large part of the documentary where it was talking to the camera about the camera itself, blah blah, all that kind of stuff, and I've just noticed I fidget a lot. Oh yay, now we've got better lighting, I think, much better than the pasty cream looking stuff. Anyway, I've lost what I was saying. What was I saying? Ah, Cameron, why did you talk about the lights? Do you know what? Actually, no, that brings me on to something. The lighting in the documentary turned out to be better than I thought, because we were actually recording it in this room. The sun was out that day as well, so we had a lot of natural light, along with the lights up here as well, so it didn't look so like orangey, you know, on the actual day. And we recorded in front of the whiteboard for the interviews, and then on the final recording session where I got the partners in the documentary, where I'm talking to the camera, I stood in front of the window, very similar to how I am now, but which turned out, it looked nice as well. The lighting was good, but yeah, that's what I was talking about. So the issue I had when recording was I recorded a large part of my documentary, and then when I put it in on the computer, for some reason the camera had just not recorded the audio. There was just nothing there, and I was really frustrated, and obviously I was tight for time as well. So I literally I had to go back the next day, and I was like, right, I need to just bomb this. And I didn't rush it, I just did it, just relaxed, talked to the camera, and it turned out better than the last time, because the last time I was kind of constantly looking at a script doing that, and like, obviously I was going to cut those bits out, but you know, you could tell I was like kind of looking at something. But I went in the room, I was thinking, right, well, I remember the basis of the script now, you know, I remember how it mainly goes. I went in there and just improvised it all, and it turned out really well. The way I came across and the information that I gave, it was 100 times better than the other times that I did it. And in the end, I was really happy with the outcome of that. So next time, my goal is to obviously think more clearly and more realistically about what I'm going to do for a documentary. I need to manage my time a lot better. And I think once those two things have been rectified, I'll be a lot more efficient when it comes to the documentary making process in the future. Other than that, I don't really think there's that much more to say about the documentary. I think that really sums up my this topic. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Oh, another thing, by the way, I did enjoy this unit, as stressful as it was at some points. You know, I was thinking, oh, this is not going to work, I'm not going to make it. I did enjoy it, and I'm happy that I finished it, and I'm happy with what I've got as well. So yeah, I look forward to what else is coming, film-wise and well, media-wise and anything. Anyway, I'm rambling now. So yeah, thanks for watching my evaluation, and yeah, see you later.